Всем привет! Добро пожаловать на мой канал. Hello and welcome to my channel. Russian in 100 days. And we are on the day number 15 out of 100. Let's begin with повторение. Here we are going to review повторение. What we did in our previous lessons. Повторение means reviewing, repeating. And let's start with the dialogue. Это ресторан. I will ask you to practice with me out loud. And try to copy my pronunciation. Это ресторан. Это ресторан. Is this a restaurant? Without a question mark, it would be just a statement. Это ресторан. This is a restaurant. With a question mark, you will have to use your intonation to show that this is a question. Это ресторан. Is this a restaurant? Practice with me out loud. Да, это ресторан. Да, это ресторан. Ресторан. Да, это ресторан. Yes, this is a restaurant. Да, это ресторан. Or another, if you want to say no, this is not a restaurant, you will, of course, use нет, which means no. Нет, another way to answer. If it's no, нет, это не ресторан. Это не ресторан. Ресторан. Нет, это не ресторан. Нет, это не ресторан. This не it means not. This is not a restaurant. Нет, это не ресторан. No, this is not a restaurant. Let's say это отель. Это отель. Это отель. First listen, then look, and then try to translate it by yourself. So this is a hotel. Правильно, молодцы. Good job. Write your translation here in chat. Отлично. And now let's review two very common Russian phrases. The first one will be здравствуйте. 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 Hello, formal hello. Здравствуйте, formal hello. Okay? Or another way to say hello is to say добрый день. Good day. Добрый день. Добрый день. Good afternoon. Good day, literally. Добрый день. Good day, good afternoon. Добрый день. Очень хорошо. Let's continue. Number 2 are phrases. Фразы. Here we will learn some very common Russian phrases. And let's begin with это прекрасно. Это прекрасно. Прекрасно. Это прекрасно. Это прекрасно. And it means this is wonderful. Это прекрасно. This is wonderful. Say it with me out loud. Это прекрасно. Yeah, not stressed. So we are going to pronounce it as E. Прекрасно. Or not stressed. We are going to pronounce it as A. So it will be прекрасно. Прекрасно. Это, same here with O, да? Это прекрасно. Хорошо. The next phrase will be я учусь в Москве. Я учусь в Москве. В Москве. Я учусь в Москве. Try to translate this phrase by yourself. Я учусь в Москве. В Москве. В Москве, in Moscow, will always look like that with ye ending when we are talking about a location. Moscow, in Moscow, a location there in Moscow will be в Москве with this ending. I live in Moscow. I study in Moscow. I am now in Moscow. It will be в Москве. So, я учусь в Москве. I study in Moscow. Very good. Очень хорошо. Дальше, the next phrase is я учусь в университете. Я учусь, same verb, в университете. В университете. Я учусь в университете. Learn all these phrases. Practice out loud. Say all of them out loud. Try to imitate my pronunciation. Я учусь в университете. In this course, we are going to learn only most common phrases. So you have to know them. Knowing them, you will be able to speak Russian. So, я учусь в университете. I study at the university. Очень хорошо. Я учусь в университете. The next very common phrase is сколько тебе лет? Сколько тебе лет? Лет. Сколько тебе лет? How old are you? How many years do you have? Literally, it means how many years do you have? Сколько тебе? And this is informal. So you will ask this question, a friend, a person younger than you, a child. Сколько тебе лет? To ask it in a formal way, use вам. Сколько вам лет? But if you are a man, you will never ask something like that a woman. So be careful with this question. Сколько тебе лет? Informal. Сколько вам лет? Formal. Хорошо. Дальше. Let's continue. Number 3 is about writing cursive and new words. Слова. Today we're going to write the letter E. It's very easy to write it. It looks like that. E big, E capital, and even more easy to write the small e like this. E. E capital, small. E. Now let's connect it with some letters that we already know how to write. For example, A, E. Please write it with me. Write all the letters with me. You have to have a special notebook for writing Russian. And now small A, I. So we have I. Now let's connect it with letter B. B. This is capital B, and now small b. And let's connect it with E, B. Very good. Let's connect it with V letter, capital V, with E. Create a connection and write E, small e. And now small v. Create a connection and write E here. V. Practice with me out loud. It's very important to know how to pronounce all the letters and, of course, then syllables in Russian language. V. Now G with a hat like this. G. G small looks like a worm. G like this. G. Now D, capital, with small e, D. And now small D with the long leg here. D. D looks like G, like English G, right? D in Russian. D. 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 Очень хорошо. Very good. Now Ж letter. Let's connect it with E. Ж. Ж. I know that you hear here, not really E, Ж. But this letter does not support after it. So we are going to always write E here. Ж, because never you will see this letter after Ж. You will never see after Ж. Ж, capital, now small. Ж, Ж. G. If you don't know how to write these letters, go back to our previous lessons and learn how to write them. So G. Now Z letter, very easy to write. It's like number 3. Z, capital, and small with a long hair, with a long leg. Z, or hair, why not? Z. Z. Now let's write E first and then another letter. E, big. For example, let's connect it with B, ib, ib, and the word. Now small e, ib, ib. Now let's connect it with Eve, for example, Eve. Eve, and we will create a connection and write the whole word. Now the whole word. E, small e with V. Okay, and the connection. Eve, Eve. Very good. Now let's learn some new words. For example, today we already talked about the verb to study, учиться. Let's write it down. Учиться. Учиться. This is infinitive of this verb. Учиться means to study. Учиться, to study. The next word is давно. Давно. What does it mean? Давно. Кто знает, пишите в чате. Давно means... Nastya, the goat. Thank you. I thought Novak Djokovic was the goat. Thank you very much. So, давно means long ago. Давно, long ago. Хорошо. Дальше. Год. Год. Год is year. Правильно. Год is year. Но. The next word is но, which means year. Да, very good. Год. And но means but. Но means but. Хорошо. Столик. Столик. Stolик is diminutive for stall. For this word, stall is table. Stolik, little table, small table. But not necessarily it means a small table. For example, we can say, мы зарезервировали столик. We reserved a table. And I will use the word столик, but it doesn't mean that this table is small. Столик is table. Хорошо. Салат. Салат. Let's write it with green. Салат. With green marker. Салат is, of course, salad. Да. Салат. The next verb that we are going to learn today is the verb пить, which means to drink. Пить, to drink. Пить. Меню. Меню. The difference is that in Russian we stress U letter, not Ye, like in English. You'll say menu. In Russian, menu. And Ye will be pronounced as E because it's not stressed. Меню. Меню. Хорошо. Шампанское. Let's write it here because it's a long word. Шампанское. Шампанское. Шампанское is, of course, champagne. Да, шампанское is champagne. Хорошо. Next word is юрист. 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 Don't forget to practice with me out loud. It's very important. Юрист is jurist, lawyer, lawyer, yeah, something law related. Юрист. Хорошо. And the last word is директор. Директор. Director is not a movie director like in English. Director is the boss, manager. Director, boss or manager. Director, boss or manager. Let's continue with number 4, and it's a dialogue. Dialogue. Because a language is about dialogues, right? We talk with other people. Let's review the question that we learned today. Сколько вам лет? Сколько вам лет? Here I asked in a formal way. Сколько вам лет? Сколько вам лет? Сколько вам лет? And it means how old are you? Правильно. Сколько вам лет? We will learn numbers a little bit later, but let's try to learn your number, your age, so you can answer to this question. For example, сколько тебе лет? Let's say мне 40 лет. Мне 40 лет. I'm 40 years old. Мне 40 лет. I'm 40 years old. Ask Google or Google Translate or ChatGPT how to say your age in Russian and memorize it. If you are 40, you are lucky today. It's on the table or on the board here. So, мне 40 лет, I'm 40 years old. Now, let's ask in an informal way. Сколько тебе лет? You will use тебе with children or friends, family. Сколько тебе лет? Сколько тебе лет? And let's say мне 9 лет. 9 is 9 in Russian. Мне 9 лет. I'm 9 years old. Мне 9 лет. Хорошо. And let's review the verb работать, which means to work. And let's ask, ты работаешь? Not related to this dialogue. Ты работаешь? Работаешь? Ты работаешь? Ты работаешь? Do you work? Do you have a job? Ты работаешь? Let's answer, да, я работаю. Да, я работаю. Let's say в банке, for example, at the bank. В банке. Я работаю в банке. Я работаю в банке. At the bank or in a jar, because banka in Russian also means a jar. But of course, in this context, we understand that it's a bank, not a jar. Да, я работаю в банке. Yes, I work at the bank. Хорошо. And the last part, number 5, is a short story. Short story. Short story. Just a few moments. Okay, it was the courier brought something. So, short story. Меня зовут Аня. Меня зовут Аня. Аня. Меня зовут Аня. Try to translate this sentence. I think this is a phrase that we learned in our first lesson, and it's a very easy sentence. Меня зовут Аня means my name is Anya. Anya is a very common Russian name. In English, it's Anna. In Russian, it's Anya or Anna with double N. Меня зовут Аня. My name is Anya. Мне 6 лет. Мне 6 лет. Мне 6 лет. Мне 6 лет. I am 6 years old. Just a few moments, I'm sorry. And I'm back. So, мне 6 лет. I am 6 years old. Да? Я не работаю. Я не работаю. Работаю. Я не работаю. This не negates something. In this case, she says, I don't work. Я не работаю. I don't work. I don't work. Я не работаю. Моя мама юрист. Моя мама юрист. Моя мама юрист, а папа директор. А папа директор. Директор. Итак, so, моя мама юрист, а папа директор. Try to translate this sentence. My mother is a jurist and my father is not a director. My father is a manager or he's the boss. Papa директор. Papa директор. He is the manager somewhere. Not a movie director. So Russian director means a boss or a manager. Хорошо. Они много работают. Они много работают. Они много работают. Они много работают. They work a lot. Правильно. And the last sentence is мы живем в Москве. Москве. Мы живем в Москве. We live in Moscow. That's all for today. Спасибо большое за внимание. Thank you for being here with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Целую вас. Чмоки-чмоки. Муа.